Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Thursday, November 27th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nakram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. The 5th UK trade delegation says Ghana is open for business and poised for rapid growth. President Ali has announced that so far 42,000 tickets have been issued through the automated speed ticketing system, adding that drivers with major unpaid tickets will be named publicly and have their licenses suspended. Home Affairs Minister Anish Waldron has ordered police ranks to immediately remove illegal tint from their private vehicles or face discipline. And Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony tells graduating midwives that no mother should die while giving birth. Members of the 5th UK trade delegation to Ghana says the country is a place that means business and has a bright future. At a reception at the British High Commission in Georgetown, delegates shared an upbeat view of Ghana's trade and investment potential.
When we came 5 years ago with the first trade mission, what we found was immediate to all of us was that we found a country that was rolling up its sleeves and wanted to get things done. We saw from both the private sector and the government a vision for Guyana's future and a determined partnership to make that vision a reality. Because whilst oil revenues make things possible, it's a different thing making things actually happen, and that's what counts. Coming here on our 5th visit this year, the progress is really palpable.
The UK and Guyana are building momentum, unstoppable momentum. This is a partnership that grows stronger every year. A partnership shaping a modern, forward-looking future. And what a story it is, ladies and gentlemen. British Airways now connects London and Georgetown, building not just routes, but confidence. Visa-free access for Guyanese travelers open the door to deeper business collaboration. And Britcham gives UK business a stronger voice in the market. These are not just conveniences, they are economic accelerators. They create certainty, they build trust, they tell business the conditions are right, the market is open, and the partnership is real.
We expect Guyana to be worth 4,000 TEUs of containers per week by 2030. And I encourage everybody in Guyana... Baseline. And I encourage everybody in Guyana to canvass the government. We need that big port in Berbice because we want Berbice not only to be a port for Guyana, we want it to be a transshipment hub for the entire Caribbean region because food safety in the Caribbean is most important and we want Guyanese products to be exported to the entire Caribbean region.
Also speaking was President Dr. Irfan Ali, who said that despite global uncertainty, Ghana remains a strong investment destination. He highlighted cheap and reliable energy, major infrastructural upgrades, social development, and the country's sustainability push, adding that now is the time to invest. UK High Commissioner to Ghana, Jane Miller, added nearly 50% of UK companies participating in trade missions to Ghana go on to establish trade partnerships, which he described as a clear sign of Ghana's strong investment appeal. Plans are being made for at least one cruise ship arrival every quarter in 2026 as part of efforts to boost the country's tourism sector. Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce Susan Rodrigues announced the initiative during a meeting with tour operators from the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, and Canada. The delegation, led by Carl Van Tool of Wilderness Explorers, is on a familiarization tour of the three Guyanas, visiting iconic sites including Kaitro Falls on Georgetown. Minister Rodrigues highlighted tourism's critical role in the country's development and outlined plans to enhance the visitor experience. She emphasized partnerships with local and international influencers to raise destination Ghana's profile and called for consistency in service standards across the sector. The tour operators praised their experience and pledged to collaborate with the Ministry and the Ghana Tourism Authority to promote the country. Kamal Bash, Director of the Ghana Tourism Authority, joined the meeting. President Dr. Irfan Ali says drivers who keep ignoring the traffic tickets will soon face tougher penalties, including having their licenses suspended. He revealed that more than 42,000 tickets have already been issued through the automated speed ticketing system under the Safe Road Intelligence System, but only about 10,000 have been paid. As part of the crackdown, the president says the top offenders who continue to disregard their fines will not only lose their licenses, but will also have their names and photos published in the newspaper. He stressed that the systems being built must deliver real results.
In another few days, you will see the top offenders published in the newspaper with their outstanding amounts in terms of tickets. And I use this forum to calmly appeal to those who have outstanding payments to do so within the next 48 hours, or their license will be suspended.
Earlier this month, Traffic Chief Assistant Commissioner Mahendra Singh reported that 21 drivers' licenses have already been suspended this year. Speeding remains the biggest problem, with some drivers reaching speeds as high as 180 kilometers per hour. There are now 26 active speed camera locations across the country. So far this year, police have lodged about 32,768 speeding cases from both manual and electronic ticketing, along with 1,428 cases of driving under the influence of alcohol. A new public space is being developed near Starbrook Market as part of the Ministry of Local Government's effort to beautify the area and support Georgetown's wider city revival plan. Modeled after the space opposite the Parliament buildings, the project will feature raised flooring, park benches, decorative elements, and a performance area for artists, creating a more organized and attractive environment for the public. The ministry emphasized that no Starbrook Market vendors will be relocated. However, some vendors this morning expressed unease, noting that the works have caused inconvenience during a critical business period.
The vendors are not to be displaced. The vendors are not to be hampered. These boards that are going upward basically align the fence structure, which is merely about 3.5 feet tall. That's going to form a fence in this perimeter here, whereby it will be a transparent fence where the vendors can be seen. Vendors are going to be within selling. There's going to be kiosks, there's going to be some benches there that are going to be there for persons to come and sit down and have a comfortable time, right in the midst of this now clean environment.
A Christmas tree is also being erected, which Mayor Alfred Mentor confirmed resulted from discussions with ministry officials. While he endorsed the concept, he pointed out that vendors were not properly briefed and stressed the need for alternative arrangements to protect their livelihoods, especially during the Christmas season. The beautification project is expected to be completed in under 2 weeks and is intended to offer a safe, relaxing environment for vendors, shoppers, and commuters, while helping boost commercial activity during the Christmas season. When returned, Home Affairs Minister warns police to remove illegal tint. Guyana jewelers form an association, and the Health Minister urges midwives to prevent maternal deaths.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. Police officers driving heavily tinted private vehicles are being put on notice. On Wednesday, Home Affairs Minister Anish Waldron ordered all police ranks to remove illegal tint from their private vehicles immediately or face disciplinary action. The directive follows complaints that officers, including senior ranks, have been driving heavily tinted vehicles, prompting questions about whether they were issued permits. Regulations require vehicle glass to allow at least 35% of light to pass through, with fines ranging from $10,000 to $20,000 for breaches. Waldron said any rank without a valid tint permit must strip non-compliant tint at once, and cautioned that no tint should be reinstalled unless a permit has been formally applied for and approved. She said the law applies equally to all and stressed that those responsible enforcing it must be the first to comply. The Guyana Jewelers Association was officially launched yesterday, Wednesday. Its goal is to strengthen industry standards, boost competitiveness, enhance export readiness, and build consumer confidence in high-quality Guyanese jewelry. The launch took place at Duke Lodge, Georgetown, and the association is part of the government's Guyana Gold and Jewelry Development Strategy Program. It will serve as a unified body for jewelers, goldsmiths, gemstone suppliers, retailers, and related operators. Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat reaffirmed the government's commitment to improving the gold value chain, stressing the importance of organization, standards, and collaboration within the sector. Technical consultant Dominic Gaskin outlined the association's governance structure, membership framework, and objectives, and invited feedback from stakeholders. Members elected a 9-member inaugural board led by Chairman Gaukaran Prasad, Vice Chairman Ved Prasad, Secretary Deborah Philip, Treasurer Ram Prasad Gopal, and Directors Raj Prasad and Stephen Narayan, with 3 ex officio government representatives. The launch saw broad participation from across the jewelry sector and key national agencies. No mother should die because they are giving birth. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony told the latest group of midwives graduate from the Midwifery training program. Speaking at the ceremony held at Pegasus Suites in Georgetown on Wednesday, Dr. Anthony reminded the 113 graduates that midwives play a key role in reaching Ghana's goal of eliminating maternal mortality and emphasized the importance of prenatal and antenatal care.
We have seen when people are not vigilant, they might induce labor, and then they don't monitor the mother. What do you think would be the outcome? So these things, you have the knowledge now. And we don't want to hear excuses because you're playing with someone's life.
He also highlighted the government's introduction of waiting homes near interior hospitals, noting that the initiative has significantly reduced maternal complications by allowing mothers to wait labor near clinical support. Meanwhile, coordinator of the Midwifery training program, Himwati Prasad, lauded the government's ongoing investment in midwifery education, describing it as a critical pillar of national health development.
The midwifery training program had not only imparted vital clinical skills and theoretical knowledge, but also fostered compassion, professionalism, and resilience among its graduates and cultural sensitive care to women and families during one of the most significant times in their lives. Through a curriculum grounded in evidence-based practice and enriched by hands-on practice experience, trainees have developed the competence and confidence necessary to excel in providing woman-centered, cultural-sensitive care.
She said investment reflects a commitment to improving healthcare delivery. Through health sciences education and full government scholarships, the program is helping build a strong, skilled workforce, ready to meet the needs of women, children, and families. Guyana has launched a new National Gender Equality and Empowerment Seal to promote safe and fair workplaces across public and private sectors. The initiative, led by the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, was unveiled at Roraima Duke Lodge, with government officials, private sector leaders, and representatives of the United Nations Population Fund in attendance. Human Services Minister Dr. Vindy Prasad said advancing gender equality and ending violence requires unified national action, and the seal sets clear standards for all workplaces.
I think we've taken a mega step today, because what we've managed to do is to bring together two critical driving forces in our country, the private sector and the public sector. That's our country. And then we have to look at what remains outside of that. Those who are in the informal economy or those who are not in either of those things. And how we can ensure we create the kind of environment in both the private and public sector to ensure that persons who are yet to enter feel comfortable doing that. And it speaks to equality.
The minister also urged a coordinated national response to violence, saying the issue cannot fall to a single agency. Josephine Tapp, president of the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, stressed that workplace diversity is not just symbolic, it makes good business sense.
A conducive work environment isn't just good for morale, it's a strategy to solve labor shortages, reduce turnover, boost efficiency, and elevate your business to international standards. What this still gives us is a framework to attract and retain a major underutilized aspect of our workforce, women. It's a strategic move in an era of labor shortages that can help you fill vacancies, reduce turnovers, and build a resilient workforce.
Ghana is the first Caribbean country supported by UNFPA to address protection from sexual exploitation, abuse, and harassment through a national workplace certification program. Officials say the initiative sets a new benchmark in the region for safe, dignified, and inclusive work environments. When we come back, President Ali announces plans to take squash nationwide, fierce contests in the IC Grand Prix chess tournament, and Jamaica rolls out a $10 billion business recovery package.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. President Ali has announced the government's intention to build squash courts across Guyana. He was at the time addressing the various teams of the Senior Caribbean Squash Championships at a reception dinner held at the Royal International Hotel on Wednesday.
I want you to know today we're investing in courts all across the country. Squash was one time viewed as an elite sport in Guyana. Today we are distributing equipment in schools, community centers, villages, and we have people in the hinterland now playing squash, and will be having full squash facilities in the hinterland regions of Guyana.
Additionally, as President Ali declared the team aspect of the championships open, he welcomed all athletes to the shores of Guyana.
On behalf of the government of Guyana, the Guyana Squash Association, and our sporting community, I extend a warm and wholehearted welcome to every participating delegation. Whether you have traveled from Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, or now DR, or from right here at home, please know that we are delighted to host you.
The Senior Caribbean Squash Championships will conclude on Saturday at the National Racquet Center. Kieran Sandiford is out in front after 4 intense rounds of the Guyana Chess Federation's IC-sponsored Grand Prix 2 tournament held last weekend at the School of the Nations. Sandiford leads the 30-player open category, winning his advantage with a strong win over Gilbert Williams, driven by 2 powerful center pawns. World Chess Federation Masters Anthony Drayton and Roel Olikock are close behind on 3.5 points. Their 4th round showdown ended in a draw by perpetual check. There have also been other standout performances. Chasing on 3 points are junior champion Kyle Couchman, Joshua Gopal, Sacha Pitamber, Leslie Campbell, and Mikhail Ino. Gopal defeated Couchman while Prince Dunn delivered a major upset against candidate master Sachin Pitamber. In the female category, women's candidate master Aditi Joshi leads with 3.5 points. She is followed by rising talent Catalia Sam, along with Trescole Archibald and CL Clement, all on 3 points. The tournament concludes November 29th and 30th, with top boards streamed live on leadchess.org. Arne Slot's future as Liverpool manager is under scrutiny after 4-2 defeat to PSV Eindhoven, Liverpool's 9th loss in 12 matches, and the club's worst run in 71 years. The BBC notes a contrast. Just 6 months ago, Slot guided Liverpool to the Premier League title and spent nearly £450 million in the summer window, including a British record £125 million on Alexander Isak. Now, as December approaches, Liverpool sit 12th in the Premier League and 13th in the Champions League phase. Despite the alarming form, former defender Jamie Carragher says Liverpool are not a sacking club. Many supporters share that view. Josh Sexton of the Anfield Rap says Slot is under huge pressure, but last season's achievements and a turbulent summer marked by major departures and the death of Diogo Jota mean he deserves more time. Fans hope Slot can steady the team and restore Liverpool's direction. In regional news, the Development Bank of Jamaica has launched a $10 billion support package to help businesses recover from the disruption caused by Hurricane Melissa. Announced by Managing Director David Lowe during a media briefing at Jamaica House, the M5 Business Recovery Program is a result of consultations with several stakeholders.
The purpose of this program is to provide our first line of response in post-Melissa. We have been speaking to a number of business actors, small to large to medium, in between, understanding what the challenges have been, how this impacted their businesses, their cash flows, their relationships, whether with other creditors or other debtors, and we're trying our best to find ways to create a framework that addresses all the major issues facing the outcome of this storm.
The program will be executed through 3 phases. Phase 1 will immediately provide $1 billion to approved financial institutions and microfinance institutions for on-lending to affected businesses. Phase 2 will make an additional $3 billion available, while Phase 3 allocates $7 billion for rebuilding key sectors, supply chains, and other economic areas. Businesses can access between $20 million and $50 million in financing, depending on their needs. While Lowe acknowledged that $10 billion cannot meet all needs, he noted that it is a strong start. In international news, the Trump administration has ordered U.S. diplomats to lobby foreign governments against pro-migration policies and to highlight what it claims are links between mass migration and violent crime. A State Department cable sent Friday to embassies across Europe, Canada, and Australia argues that crimes and human rights abuses involving migrants or individuals of a migration background threaten public safety and social cohesion. Diplomats were instructed to monitor crimes attributed to migrants and report how governments respond, as well as to press host countries to curb migration programs. One talking point urges countries to protect citizens from displacement, sexual assault, and the breakdown of law and order. Anti-immigration messaging has been a hallmark of Donald Trump's political agenda. His administration has pushed to restrict asylum globally and recently slashed the U.S. refugee cap for 2026 to 7,500, while signaling a preference for white South African applicants. Finally, this evening, Hong Kong police have arrested 3 senior figures from Prestige Construction on suspicion of manslaughter following the city's deadliest fire in 77 years. At least 75 people are confirmed dead and more than 300 remain missing after flames tore through the Wong Fu Court housing complex in Tai Po, which was under renovation. Firefighters battled intense heat and smoke for more than a day to reach trapped residents. Video showed crews combing the charred towers with flashlights as families waited in anguish outside shelters. Police say the construction company used unsafe materials and acted with gross negligence. Officers raided the firm's offices, seizing documents, computers, and phones. Hong Kong's leader has announced a $300 million Hong Kong dollar relief fund, while major Chinese companies and charities have pledged donations. The tragedy, drawing comparisons to London's Grenfell Tower fire, has sparked scrutiny of construction practices and safety standards in one of the world's most densely populated cities. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.